In a small village, there lived a woman with her husband. The two of them were living a happy life together. But one day, a man entered their home, and that man caught the woman's eye. Slowly, she began to fall for him. Secretly, she started opening a bank account with that man's help. But one day, while the account was being opened, her husband caught them together. What happens to their relationship after that? Let's find out. The movie opens with a beautiful mountain village. A woman named Maya lives there, a stunningly beautiful lady who could charm anyone who laid eyes on her. Her village was so picturesque that tourists often visited to admire its beauty. Every day, Maya went to the riverside to wash clothes. On this day too, after washing clothes, she was walking back home when she ran into two women from her village and stopped to chat. At the same time, two outsiders had arrived in the village to explore, and Maya happened to notice them. After finishing her chat, Maya returned home to perform her daily prayers. Every morning, she began her day with worship. As Maya was praying, a man named Simu showed up. Simu had lustful eyes for her. He had been stalking Maya for several days, but Maya never gave him any attention. She didn't like him one bit and rarely even spoke to him. When Simu started pestering her too much, Maya scolded him harshly and walked away. After finishing her prayers, she went back to the riverside to wash clothes again. Maya's husband was disabled, so she washed the villagers' clothes to earn a little money for their living. While she was working, the two outsiders approached her. One of them, a young couple, asked her for directions to Cali Hill. Maya showed them the way. While doing so, the man started flirting with Maya, which angered his girlfriend. Soon after, the couple left for Cali Hill. As they trekked along the forest path, they reached a quiet, secluded area. Tired from walking, they decided to rest for a while. The silence of the place brought them closer. There was no one around, and it seemed like the perfect moment. After they left, Maya continued her work by the river. She washed clothes for the villagers, earning whatever little she could, hoping to save up enough money for her husband's treatment. Once she finished, she headed home. On the way back, she saw some kids playing cricket and thought of joining them, but then realized she had no one to play with. Finally, she went home. At home, after finishing her chores, she went to her husband Noah, who had met with an accident a year ago and couldn't walk since then. Maya took great care of him and served him lovingly. That night, Noah was talking to Maya. His surgery had been successful, but he still couldn't move properly. The doctor had advised physical therapy, something they couldn't afford. Noah often felt sad about this, but Maya comforted him, saying, "Don't worry, I'll save enough money soon. I'll make sure you get the best therapy so you can walk again." After saying this, she came closer to him, trying to make him feel better. But because of the accident, poor Maya was left haunted by what she had witnessed earlier that day in the forest. The next day, Maya was by the river, washing clothes for the villagers as usual. That same day, a new young man arrived in the village. His name was Binso. As Maya scrubbed the clothes along the riverbank, Binso approached her and asked for directions to Cali Hill. After explaining the route, Maya smiled and asked, "Are you here all by yourself? Didn't anyone come with you?" Binso replied, "I don't have a lover, so I travel alone." Saying that, he handed her an energy chocolate. Maya liked it instantly. The two of them chatted for a while, laughing lightly, unaware that Simu, the man who used to stalk Maya, was watching them from a distance. Simu didn't say anything then, but suspicion had begun to grow in his mind. After a while, Binso started walking toward the hill. Maya decided to walk with him, as her house was on the same path. As they walked, she told him stories about her village. Binso listened carefully, walking a few steps ahead while Maya followed behind. After some distance, Maya suddenly twisted her ankle. Binso immediately rushed to help her and carefully massaged her foot until the sprain eased. His touch made Maya's heart skip a beat. Perhaps because of that moment, while tending to her ankle, Binso gently kissed her. Maya didn't pull away, she simply smiled. Taking advantage of the mood, Binso started playing cricket with her right there by the riverside. They spent some time together before Maya finally went home. When she arrived, her husband Noah asked, "Why are you so late today?" Maya distracted him with a few comforting words, avoiding the truth, and then went to bed. The next morning, Maya was settling her accounts with one of the villagers whose laundry she had done. The man hadn't paid yet, so she reminded him. He promised to bring the money the next day and left. As soon as he left, Binso showed up at her house. Maya was surprised and asked, "How did you find my home? You didn't even know the way here." Binso smiled and said, "I asked the villagers where you live." As they talked, Binso started flirting with her again. The truth was, he had fallen in love with her. Maya tried to stop him and said, "I'm married. My husband is inside." Binso was shocked. Then Maya explained, "My husband can't walk. I take care of him myself." Hearing this, Binso replied, "I'm a physical therapist in the city. I can help your husband recover." Maya's eyes lit up. She brought Binso inside and introduced him to Noah. She told her husband, "This man came to our village as a traveler, and the villagers sent him here so he can help with your therapy." Binso greeted Noah politely, asked about his condition, and examined his medical reports. After reviewing them, them, he asked about the accident. Noah said, "I fell backward from a tree, and ever since then, I haven't been able to move. We don't have money for therapy." Listening carefully, Binso checked Noah's legs and said reassuringly, "Don't worry, you'll recover soon. It'll just take a little time." Then, after finishing the examination, Binso asked Maya to speak to him privately. Maya left Noah inside and stepped out with Binso. He told her softly, "Your husband can be cured, but I can't say exactly how long it will take." Maya looked a little sad, but she also felt strangely comforted talking to Binso. Binso was heading back to his tent, and Maya walked with him to see him off. On the way, Binso said gently, "I'll start Noah's therapy soon, and I won't take any money from you." But Maya sensed something more in his tone, as if he was using the therapy as an excuse to get closer to her. While talking and walking, Binso led her toward his tent. That was where he lived, alone, on the edge of the forest. When they reached the place, there was no one around. The silence made the air heavy. Binso looked at Maya, and she didn't step back. Nearby, Simu had followed them. From behind a tree, he secretly recorded what he saw on his phone. He had tried to get Maya's attention before, but she had always rejected him. Now, he finally had something he could use against her. That night, Maya stayed in Binso's tent. They talked for hours. Binso confessed that he had no girlfriend, that he loved her. Hearing that, Maya felt something she hadn't felt in a long time: warmth, attention, and affection. They spent the night together. The next morning, Maya returned home. Her husband Noah was sitting quietly, looking disappointed. He asked, "Where were you last night?" Maya avoided the truth. "I stayed at a friend's house," she said softly. Noah didn't fully believe her. Suspicion grew in his mind, but he said nothing. He wanted to catch her in the act. That day, Binso came to their house to start Noah's therapy. Maya stood beside him, helping. While Noah closed his eyes in pain during the session, Maya whispered something to Binso, asking him to meet her later by the riverside. Later, when she went to the river to wash clothes, she waited restlessly for Binso to arrive. But instead, Simu showed up. He came straight to her and said, "I love you." Maya got angry and told him to leave. Simu warned her, "If you don't do what I say, I'll show this to your husband. You decide what happens next." Maya pleaded with him not to do it, but Simu refused to listen. He forced her to do what he wanted, taking advantage of the situation. When it was over, Maya tried to regain her composure. She told Simu, "I did what you asked, now keep your promise." But Simu, cruel as ever, just laughed and said they'd meet again. That night, as Maya lay beside her husband, she couldn't sleep. The memory of Simu's threat and what happened haunted her. Tears rolled down her face as she stared into the darkness, unable to find peace. The next morning, Binso was back, giving Noah another therapy session. His treatment was working like magic. Noah was slowly starting to walk again, and both Maya and Binso were thrilled. After the session, Noah went to rest, while Binso stayed behind to talk with Maya. As they chatted, they grew closer, and before long, they were happily flirting and getting cozy right in front of the house. From inside, Maya's husband saw them together. That night, Noah couldn't sleep. He wanted to talk to Maya, but when he looked over and saw her sleeping, he kept quiet. The next morning, Binso returned to continue therapy. The improvements in Noah were obvious. He could walk now, but he didn't look truly happy. Deep down, he already knew about Maya and Binso's relationship, though he hadn't confronted her about it. After therapy, when Binso was leaving, Maya walked with him to see him off. Seeing this hurt Noah badly. Since Binso arrived, Maya no longer showed him the same love. That evening, Maya was with Binso. During their conversation, Binso asked, "What will happen between us when your husband gets better?" Maya smiled and said, "He's not fully well yet, so whenever you come to the village, I'll show you the little paradise here." Binso had fallen in love with Maya. He wanted to take her to the city with him and marry her. They drank and talked late into the night. Maya felt happy. Then suddenly Simu appeared, drunk and furious. He insulted them and called Maya unfaithful, warning Binso to stay away. Then Simu told Binso he had a two of them together. Binso didn't believe him at first, so Simu showed him. Simu wanted to be with Maya again. He had fallen for her. Maya refused him. She hated Simu, and she hadn't forgotten how he had flirted with her before. When Simu heard her refusal, seeing the situation, Maya reluctantly agreed, trying to calm him down. Seeing her beauty, Simu became obsessed. He did everything in front of Binso. Binso wanted to help, but the gun was pointed at him, so he could only stand there and watch helplessly. Just then, someone came from behind and struck Simu. The person who did it was Noah. He had come there to see Maya, already knowing about her affair with Binso. Actually, when Maya and Binso were together outside the house earlier, Noah had seen them. It broke his heart, but for Maya's happiness, he had stayed silent. He knew Binso wasn't strong enough to truly take care of Maya, yet he accepted everything quietly. Now Noah finally spoke the truth. He told him he had known everything all along but had chosen silence because he wanted Maya to be happy. Hearing this, both Maya and Binso were filled with guilt and regret. They realized how wrong they had been and wanted to make things right. The next morning, Binso was preparing to leave for his home. Before going, he apologized to Noah for his mistake. Noah said nothing at first. As Binso turned to go, Noah stopped him and said, "Because of you, I can walk again. For that, I thank you. But from today, never come here again, and never try to meet Maya." Hearing this, Binso quietly agreed. He shook Noah's hand and started walking away. Maya went along to see him off. The two looked at each other one last time, tears filling their eyes. Their love was ending that very moment. Before leaving, Binso asked softly, "Will you remember me?" Maya replied, "I'll always keep you in my heart." He handed her his phone number, and they hugged one last time, crying as they said goodbye. Though neither of them wanted to part, the situation left them no choice. After Binso left, Maya returned home and thanked Noah for forgiving her. She realized she had the best husband in the world, someone who had stayed silent only for her happiness. From then on, Maya and Noah lived peacefully and lovingly together. And with that, the story comes to an end. Thank you so much for watching.